Hi Regina, now we're going to add a gradient. First we'll use the ruler tool. We're on layer 1, the top layer, so activate that and then go to the ruler tool. I think it's in here. No. Where is it? Oh, eyedropper. Click on the eyedropper and that's your ruler tool. Yours should be in the general area depending on what you have on. Okay, now hit the ruler tool and then you're just going to draw a line. And then
should match the top of the molding.
Should match the top? Okay.
Yeah,
Troy said I should match the top, so alright. Alright. So now I drew it on top of the molding and you can see it's 2.3 up here. See that number? So that number you want to remember. Now we're going to go down here. What's that? Oh, on here?
Click background first or it won't go behind it.
Oh, okay. Click background. Thank you. And then you're going to create a new fill or adjustment layer. And you're going to click gradient, second to the top. And click up on the, make sure you dither it and do not align with the other layer, and otherwise it's the same. So you should have these settings and linear, and then click on the gradient tool and you're going to choose which gradient you want. We just do 2 colors. We just have a color on top and bottom, so we should do just 2, right?
You can add as many as you want, so just do them to start with a normal black and white one. Just this one.
Okay.
This one.
Can you make the dark bottom on that?
Yeah, that's black to white. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We can
Oh, that looks better,
look
actually,
like
to not have it on top. Just on the bottom, doesn't it? I think so. Either way.
Yeah,
okay.
We're going to edit it anyway, Adam. You have to change the angle.
Okay, so now we pick the gradient, and then we're going to add 2.3 to the 90, so 92.3. And then click OK. And anytime you want to get back to this gradient, you can just hit over here, right? Where's the gradient?
You just double click on the layer that you just made. Not the mask.
Oh, whoops.
If you want to mask a gradient layer, that's what you do.
Okay, I mean, but oh, there. Just click on this, left click, and then you can get back to the gradient anytime you want. Doing that, just so you know how to get there, because it took me a while to figure out. Okay, so I'm just going to move this out of the way.
You can't do that.
Okay.
Because you opened the other one.
That's not fair. Okay. It's covering her though. It's in the wrong spot. Okay.
You want to start this over?
Cancel. No. She can see how bad I am. Okay, I'm just putting it over here so it doesn't cover, and then click on it. Okay, so now we're in the gradient again. And I like it like darker and going lighter, don't you? I think that looks better. So, do you want to show what we click on?
Yes. Okay, so one thing though.
Yes.
Is if you actually want the colors to be from your background, you're gonna need a way to select them.
Can you select it from here?
I'm just trying to think of a good way to do that, so preview it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to copy the background layer. This is Control J. I'm gonna drag it on top of the gradient layer, so we can see your photo again. But then we're just trying to use this to preview what colors you're gonna want in your background that match your photo. So I'm gonna go over here to the rectangular marquee tool. I'm gonna select half of the photo, and I'm just gonna hit backspace to delete it. So that we can see your gradient that you're working on, and we can also see all the colors that you have in your photo in front of it.
Really? Ooh, nice.
So then when you open the gradient tool again, you go to the gradient. You can actually go down to the bottom of your photo and you can say, you know, I want this color to be the bottom. So you check color, and then you can color pick. You'll say, oh, I want the bottom to look like that, or I want the bottom shadow to look like this.
How come it's not blue?
It's not blue. Oh, because you're still doing point sample. Okay, so if you're new to Photoshop, your eyedropper is still probably set to point sample. So in some contexts where you have an eyedropper tool like this one, you can right-click. Point sample is going to take the exact pixel under your eyedropper, which is usually not a good representation of the color. So you're going to want to, on smaller photos, you're going to want 3x3 average. On larger ones, you can go higher.
Oh,
I usually like to go 5x5 average. So,
I was
so when you pick colors, they should theoretically want. All right, why is it? Oh, it's sampling current layer. Also, you're not going to want to sample current layer, you want to sample all layers, otherwise that's also going to give you a distorted view of what you're doing. Okay, so now we got the eyedropper settings how I usually have them. Now you can actually select these colors, and you can see on your...
That's why I wasn't getting the colors
yes, and you can see on your gradient here, it actually brings that exact same color down to the bottom of the gradient, so...
Oh.
So if we say,
ooh, nice.
You know, we want our shadow to look like this really dark section right here, we can just change it right to that.
Oh, nice.
And then we go up to the top, and we know we want the top of the gradient to look kind of like that that reflector behind her, so we can go back there, we'll pick that color.
Probably a little less pink. Or the lighter part. Oh, maybe not. I actually like that.
I don't know, I'm just trying to pull them for the photo. You can edit it into whatever you want later, like if you want it to be really bright blue or whatever, you can check out how that looks, but I'm just pulling the straight from the photo. And then you get to the more fun parts, which are editing them, and obviously we don't want the... I mean, you might want the shadow, for example, to be further up underneath her, so you can drag these color stops around to different areas, and you can actually see them get reflected back there, so we can drag the shadow higher and higher, or all the way back down. We can drag that light color down. Yeah, why did you do that?
Yeah, it is.
I think I dragged it off, so it deleted it.
It's going by that little one too. Once it touches it, it just goes.
It's because I'm dragging it too far sideways. I'm not used to this touchpad.
Ooh,
so
nice.
You can drag that top one down, so you get different levels of gradients, and also you can just click in between them to add new color stops.
Oh.
And then you could choose from those color stops to add any other colors into your gradient that you want. So you could have like a really bright magenta in the middle, or you could bring it closer to her.
Anytime you do something that you don't like, just Alt-Control Z, and it will backspace you. It will go back a step. Okay, now you can take this and move it up a little bit so it's kind of under her more, right? The shadow.
Yep.
It's kind of, and then when she crops it or does whatever, it will kind of be like this picture. Okay, and then how would you get?
Well, I mean, legitimately, you probably want this.
Feather
you probably want this imaginary shadow that we have here to be more or less the same color as her shadow and right under her. I'm gonna try to get something that's slightly darker than that. There we go.
Oh yeah.
And we can add another stop, and then jeez, we can add another stop to go for a slightly lighter color instead of the drop shadow. And then we can drag this theoretical shadow underneath her, actually underneath her. And these little small stops in between the main color stops, you can drag them closer or further from the color to make the edges next to them more defined.
And if you wanted the black on top, you could just start with a 3-color where you just keep the black on top. I actually like it without the black on top. But looks good either way.
Yeah, you can add black on top too, so you can go like this.
Okay.
And you can have literally as many color stops in here as you want. Well, there's probably some kind of number where they run into each other and you can't add any more, but you can have pretty much as many as you could ever dream of in your life.
Okay, so now How do you get that?
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Once you're happy with the gradient, then you can just remove your preview layer and you can see how it looks.
There it is. Very nice. Cool. Okay. There you go. If you have any questions, just ask Joy. No, I'm kidding. No, we'll be glad to help. I think I actually get it seeing Joy do this now. Setting your brush. We'll make a video again just how to set your brush properly. Otherwise, it doesn't select the colors. And I was trying to select colors yesterday, and it wouldn't select the colors because I was only on one pixel. So that's a huge thing to know.
Yeah,
all right,
definitely
Regina.
eyedropper is important.
I never even knew that was in there. Learn something new every day. Woohoo! Okay, we'll make that for you too, so that you have your settings right before you start, so it will work. Okay, bye, Regina.